Hey everybody, what's going on? It is Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Sloths of Sloths. Sloths of Sloths is a game published by Weird Giraffe Games, designed by Charlie McCarran, art by John Merchant, plays 2 to 4 players. I don't know where it is. 15 minutes. Ages, I'm going to say 8 plus. It's not super heavy of a game. And effectively what you're doing in this game is you are drafting sloths. And the sloths are going to have different colors of suits. So here's the pink/red one. I can't really tell the color. And you're trying to get a run of each of the colors that are in the game. Depending on player count, there's different suits, a number of different suits. And whoever has the longest run scores the surplus of sloths of that color. That's hard to say. And scores all those points in the surplus. That's it. There's some babies you can throw in to make it a little bit crazier. Not much harder, but they add an extra little layer of complexity. If you want to see how that works, you can click the link in the video description. Otherwise, stick around here, and we'll take a look at the components. Alright, so here are the components for Sloths of Sloths. Now, these are prototype components, so I'm not going to go into them a ton. I know there's some notes on the box is going to be different. I'll put a link to the video, to the Kickstarter project into the video, so you can check out all that. But it's not going to be this box again. I'm just showing kind of what I have. But I do like the art. The art is fun by John Merchant. Good job, John. And then the cards. I think the cards are going to be a little bit different as well. But for what I have, they're really nice quality. They're all the sloths of each of the colors have a similar vibe. So that's the pink. And then these are the brown ones. And the green ones kind of do the upside down hangy thing. And there's some colors I didn't use. So there's the tree. There's this one. And then the babies. Babies are cool. Those are the components. So I'm not going to show you the rule book because the rule book is just, I'll show you this too. This isn't the same either. This is going to be punch board, I think. But I like that. The rule book is just a sheet of paper. So I'm not really going to go into that because, again, prototype. But I wanted to at least show you some of the art and the production here. So that's what I got. So those are the components for Sloths of Sloths prototype. Let's go up to the top and talk about what we think about the game. All right, so remember, this Sloths of Sloths that I showed you, that I'm going to talk about, is a prototype. Some things are going to change. The box is different. What else does she say? Box is not the correct size. The rules will have graphic design. And the first player marker will most likely be chipboard. So keep that in mind. If you watch the video, the playthrough, or the component overview, some of the things are going to look different. I believe the rules are the same of what I showed you in the game. But again, it's going to hit Kickstarter here soon. I'll put a link in the video description. So some things may change, so keep that in mind. So this is a really simple little drafting game. And I think it could be played as a family with kids who are just learning to draft. People who aren't really into gaming. This would be a good maybe entry level for drafting, some set collection, and all that kind of thing. The basic gameplay is really simple. Take a sloth from one of the 2 columns, and the other players take one from that same column. Whatever's left goes in the surplus. So it's and that in itself is an interesting little mechanism. You're basically using the cards that you're drafting to get runs, but you're trying to keep the surplus with good cards because that's where all the points are going to come from. The cards in your hand you don't get points for, but you need to have runs. Longest run scores the points. So you're trying to balance what cards you're going to put in your hand so you can be the one that gets the surplus cards. And if the babies are involved, the babies at a whole other level of complexity. They have zeros, so they can make the runs longer, but the 0 can work for everything because they never get discarded, unlike all the other cards. So they're crazy too. So yeah, it's a simple game, but it has a decent amount of stuff going on. My only real thing that I had trouble finding was, if you watch my overview or the gameplay, There was a baby that was left in the row when all the drafting was done. And I'm not sure if that goes to the surplus. I don't believe so, but I couldn't find it in the rules. Maybe I missed it. So just keep that in mind, that there could be some instances that you're not quite sure of. But again, prototype rules, it may sort it out. Or just don't play with the babies and the rules are fine. The babies don't really add that much. The game is still good and fun without the babies. But if you want, so you can always do that, and there's no issue with the rules. But again, probably a me problem, not a rule problem. So I'm not going to rate this. It's because it's kind of a preview, sort of. It's a preview / review. But I will tell you that I enjoy the game. It's a simple little card game that anybody can play. It's adorable. It's cute. Adorable and cute are the same thing, I guess. And it's enjoyable. It's a good way to pass 15 minutes while you're waiting on some friends, or you're in between games, or you get eliminated from a game. Play this a couple times. If you have a kid who's not really into gaming, bust this out because it's cute and maybe they'll get into it. So there you go. So I'll put all the information about the Kickstarter project in the video description. It's hitting, I think, March 13 of 2025. If you're watching this after the fact, sorry. If you're watching it around that time, there you go. If you liked what you saw, go show us some love. Back it. Shouldn't be crazy expensive. It's some cards. It's a small little game that you can play with anybody and take with you wherever you want. So that is Surplus of Sloths. It's really hard to say. I probably butchered it at least 4 times. From Weird Giraffe Games, I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.